Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. It's my honor to introduce Anita Wolgast, who will introduce our guests and do our Rotary Minute today. While she's approaching, today is the last day to give August Cup money to Grace Med. Their mission is to show and share the love of Jesus Christ by providing compassionate, accessible, high-quality care for residents in the communities we serve. Anita?
Pretend that you can hear me. I'll do my best. And we are getting some sound pretty soon, right?
We are.
Well, good afternoon. And maybe you remember a couple of months ago, I spoke to you about the 2019 Rotary District Conference.
The mic wrestlers.
Oh, I think of Al Williams and his fight with this microphone. All right, we'll start over again. A couple of months ago, I spoke to you about the 2019 District Conference, and Topeka has the opportunity to host that in 2019 because our own Blanche Parks is the district governor this year, and she asked me to chair this event. And who can say no to Blanche Parks? So, you all should have received an email this past week with a survey. This survey went to the whole district to help us guide the planning for the conference, and tomorrow is the deadline. It's thrilling to have already over 250 responses, and we hope that all of you have responded. The survey includes the exciting information that the conference will be hosted in the beautiful new Cyrus Boutique Hotel. Now you all know how significant that is. We've been working for weeks and months with Stephanie Gascon and Jeff Pavone of the Cyrus, and we're thrilled, and just a couple of weeks ago we're able to work an agreement that fit within our budget. So the survey also included a question about asking if you're interested in helping planning the conference. I'm hoping we get a lot of yes responses from this group. And if you haven't responded yet, it's not too late because tomorrow is a deadline. And you can go online. Linda sent it out last week, right?
And yesterday, so it was out yesterday.
You sent it again yesterday. Excellent, thank you. So take 5 minutes and fill it out, and remember to indicate how you would like to help plan the conference. We are going to make this a conference to remember for Blanche's year, and it truly takes a village to make that happen. And now to introduce our guests. We have several guests today, and I'd like you to help me welcome them with your warm Rotary hello as I introduce them. The first honored guests are past District Governor Chuck Trimble from the Burlington Club. Let's do that again. And with him is John Tallway from the Burlington Club. Will you please stand and remain standing, and Chuck, if you're Hi, John. Now, I am told that Chuck Timble hired Linda, who's taking his picture right now, and introduced her to Rotary. So Chuck, huge thanks to you for that. We couldn't get along without her. Then we have guest of Yana Ross is Blair Bertrand. Would you please stand and remain standing?
Blair.
Blaine.
Hi, Blaine.
My apologies, Blaine.
No problem.
with Topeka Landscape 1. We're thrilled to have you if you'll remain standing. And Stan Teeter has a guest today, his wife Jody. I feel she's almost a member of our club. Would you pose for the picture, Jody? Hi, Jody. I got further away. And I am thrilled to have my own guest today. It is a familiar face and name to many of you, Betty Morris. She's the wife of a former member of our club and a name everyone in the community holds in high regard, and that is Dr. Martha Morris.
Hi, Betty.
Betty's a friend of mine, and I was thrilled when she recently said she had an interest in coming to our meeting. And she just happened to sit by Grace, and she's learned a lot about Rotary today. So let's give her another welcome.
Thank you, Anita. We do have a few announcements. Today is National Grief Awareness Day, and that's just absolutely no fun. It's also National Toasted Marshmallow Day, and there are no jokes that are marshmallow fodder. And so we're going to call this the National Thursday, last National Thursday to wear summer colors without looking like you're trying too hard. And Jeanette, if you come up, you've got a flag to present. She was traveling recently. We also have a new member, Kelly Trout, is proposed as a family membership. She's a former hearing and instrument specialist and elementary teacher, currently director of household operations for the Trout family, sponsored by her husband, Brandon Trout. And Jeanette.
Well, good afternoon. I have the good fortune to be traveling out in the Portland, Oregon area to greet my new granddaughter. And while I was there, I visited the Beaverton Rotary Club, brought with me the Topeka Rotary flag, and in exchange, I'm bringing back their flag. So for any of you, when you're traveling, if you have not tried to go visit another club, I had so much fun and I made so many friends. I would encourage you to do the same.
Take the lens cap off.
And now today for our Rotary Toast, we'll toast that club in Oregon that we just got the flag from. Please join me in toasting the club from Oregon. Here, here.
You went too fast. Do here again.
If you'd like to learn more about our new membership categories, there are handouts on the badge table. We do have a club social tonight. It's at the Blind Tiger from 5 to 7. The club is providing appetizers, and we'd love to see you there. Jane McCall has done a great job of planning that. And since there are no jokes about marshmallows, and there are some good happy hour jokes out there, two guys walk into a bar, and the third one ducks. A guy walks into a bar carrying jumper cables. The bartender says, "Hey pal, don't start anything in here." And a grasshopper walks into a bar and the bartender says, "We have a drink named after you." And grasshopper says, "You have a drink called Freddie?" And with that, Yana Ross is going to share a little bit about Rotary Leadership Institute up and coming.
Good afternoon. I'm Yana Ross, and I'm a leadership coordinator for this club. And I have two announcements to make. One of them is the Rotary Leadership Institute is coming up, and it will be held in Topeka, and it will be the weekend of September 15th and 16th. And there are 15 spots only available, and 3 of them the club will sponsor for free. So if you would like to take a part of that, in those classes, please see Linda, and she'll be happy to help you to sign up for that class. I do want to tell you how important that class was for me last year when I just joined the club. And it gave me a great outline and encouragement to be involved. and it gave me lots of leadership skills as well. If you're new to the club or would like to be involved more and be more of an active member, please sign up. It is, even after the spots, the 3 spots filled, it's only $55, and it is in Topeka, and I will tell you that it is money and time well spent, and you will not regret it. And the second opportunity is we have 1 spot available from the grant with Kansas Leadership Center. And the class for that is in Overland Park, and Mark and Grace and a few other members will be there. And so you can join them as well. And it will be a 3-day class, and it will be 18th, 19th, and 20th. But it is amazing, life-changing, and lots of you, I did take that class, and with both of those classes, they made a huge impact. As you know, I went from 13 years with American Family as their sales specialist to a business owner and an agent position with Farm Bureau. And it's all because of you guys and also the opportunities that you provided me to take a part of those classes. So I highly encourage you to be a part of them.
Thank you, Donna, and congrats on your recent career success as well. Water Festival volunteers will be needed soon. An email is going to be coming out soon. That is September 20th from 9 in the morning until 1:30. So block off part of your calendar on that day. If you haven't done it before, it's a blast with the kids. And if you haven't heard William Batetta describe how he learned about it, ask him sometime that in passing. It's quite a story. So today it's my honor to introduce our district governor, who's our program today. District Governor Blanche Parks is one of our very own. She joined Rotary in 1999 and served as president in 2012. While president, the club raised $35,000 in 30 days for every Rotarian every year. She is retired from the state of Kansas with extensive experience as a manager and director in a variety of state agencies. She developed and implemented the Kansas Learning Quest 529 College Savings Plan in the office of the Kansas State Treasurer. While director, the program held $480 million in assets and was ranked in the top 5 college savings programs in the nation by CNN and Money Magazine. Blanche has actively worked on the district level for 8 years, where she has served as assistant governor and district trainer. As RLI coordinator, she developed and implemented the first Rotary Leadership Institute in District 5710 and coordinated all training for the RLI certified facilitators. She has attended 4 Rotary International Conventions in Bangkok, Thailand, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Atlanta, and Toronto, Canada. In her community, she represents the 19th Kansas Senatorial District on the Board of Regents of Washington University and has served as chairman of the board. She was the first Kansan on the YWCA of the U.S. National Board of Directors in New York City. She is a graduate of a number of different leadership programs, and again, she's one of our own. She also promises that this will be a lot of fun today, all caps. So please give Blanche a big downtown Rotary welcome.
Thank you, Mark. Hi, everybody. Hey, it's a great day to be a Rotarian. You remember that? That's what I used to say when I was president every time. And so anyway, it is a great day to be a Rotarian. And so what I want to do first is acknowledge, besides our great president, Mark DeGroff, PDG Chuck Trimble, who I spoke at the Burlington Club the other day, and he was there. That's his club. And you know, I've known Chuck for a long time. And so Chuck's always given me advice. If you ever become district governor, you need to go to every single club. So I'm doing it, Chuck. So anyway, so I saw him the other day, and he said, I'm going to be there. So I'm so proud that he traveled from Burlington to Topeka today just to be here. And so thank you, Chuck. And then beside him is John Holing. And John was president. I'm not sure if you're president when I was or not, but I have known these two fellows for quite a few years, and they have both come from Burlington to be here today, so that's very special. Thank you so much. Then I'd like to recognize P.D. Stanteeter and his wife Jody. And then I'd like to recognize Gordon Lansford, who is our new Assistant District Governor for Lawrence Clubs. Gordon, raise your hand, even though everybody knows who you are. And then I want to recognize Grant Glenn. Grant, I know you're here. And Grant is the new District Rewards Chair. And I left out new District Global Awards Chair. So anyway, Grant Glenn from our club. I'd like to recognize Anita Wolgess, who was up earlier, who is our illustrious District Conference Chair, along with Linda Ireland, who is her assistant. So I wanted to say that. And then Eugene Williams. Eugene, are you here? Okay, Eugene Williams is our new District Public Image, our Public Relations Chair. And so I wanted to mention him. And let's see, who did I leave out? Is there anybody here that I left out? And so anyway, I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to be here today. And it's an honor to be your district governor for 2018-2019. And you know, quite a few of you, you've been working for Rotary for years and years and years, doing great things, and nobody's ever said thank you. So I'm here to say thank you. Thank you very much for all the work that you have put in. Now, again, I want to say, I'm really glad you guys showed up today because it's kind of like this story about this district governor. And he was going to do his official visit, and he lost his directions. So he stopped at this quick shop, and he asked the manager. He said, "Sir, I'm a Rotarian, and I'm on my way to the Rotary meeting, but I lost my directions. Can you help me?" And so the district manager looked, and he said, "Yes, I can help you find your location, but you don't want to go there today." And so the man said, "Why not?" He said, "The district governor's coming." So it means so much to me for everybody to show up today. And so now, this story actually happened to me 2 weeks ago. I really did. I went to this club in this city, and the president had told me, well, we meet at the library. And so I said, okay, I'll be there. So I tried to get there early, you know. And so I got there and I tried to open the door, and the door was locked. So I looked inside the library, and not only was the door locked, but the lights were out. So I looked at my watch and I thought, I wonder where they are. So then I looked at the door, and the door said 12 to 1 closed. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I thought, this is just like that story I tell. Go Rotarians. So I went next door, and there was a business next door, and I said, excuse me, ma'am, but I'm here to go to a Rotary meeting here. And she said, yeah, they meet next door. And I said, oh, yeah, I know. She said, yeah, they meet from 12 to 1. Yeah, I know. But there's no one there. And she goes, oh, they didn't tell you? And I said, tell me what? She said, oh, they meet behind the library in the reading room. So she said, here, I'll take you back there. So we go to the back of the library, and we open the door, and Rotarians! Yeah, they showed up. So anyway, so thank you again for showing up today. It just means a lot to me. You know, everybody likes to hear a good story about how they became a Rotarian. And everybody has a story they can tell. Well, I'd love to tell the story of how I became a Rotarian. As President Mark mentioned, I developed, implemented, and was the director of the Kansas Learning Quest College Savings Program, and also the Kansas State Treasurer. Well, I also had the responsibility, because each state in the nation is allowed one 529 plan. 529 stands for Section 529 of the IRS code. So I was hired to put together the Kansas plan. I've got this weird ability to put together big programs for some reason. So anyway, so I was trying to think of, I also had the opportunity or responsibility to promote the program. So I was to promote the program all over the state to customers and corporations and groups. So I thought, okay, I got to think of credible groups. Let's see, who would be credible community groups? I think Rotary clubs. So I thought, okay, I think I will make some presentations to Rotary clubs. So I scheduled an appointment to be the speaker at the downtown Topeka Rotary. And so when I was, and now, the Rotary Club was in the middle of a membership drive. I need to put that in there. At the conclusion of my presentation, 3 to 4 people came up and recruited me and, asked if I wanted to join. Well, so I looked around the room and I noticed that many of the people in the downtown Topeka Rotary Club were community volunteers. And many of them I already knew, as a community volunteer in Topeka. And then I noticed another thing. I noticed that many of the people in the room were the shakers and the movers of the community. And so I always tell this story. And so anyway, so the bottom line is I joined this wonderful organization and the rest is history. You know what? Every time I would volunteer to do something, you guys, they would let me do it. Rotarians, they're doers, they're people of action, and Rotary has stepped up to the plate, locally and worldwide, whenever help was needed. In fact, when the world needed help with polio, the Rotary was there. When the world needed help with water in underdeveloped countries, the Rotary was there. And now when local communities need help on projects to help the homeless, disabled, and needy, to make the world a better place, my friends, the Rotary is there. Now we're all part of one of the greatest service organizations in the world, an organization where you can associate with exciting people, you can make a difference, you can get the job done. We're over 100 years old and we're still going strong. We're widely respected worldwide in our mission, for our mission and our focus to help humanity. And we're all here, everybody in this room, we're all here standing on the shoulders of those who came before us. We're all here standing on the shoulders of our founder, Paul Harris. Paul Harris saw the need to form an organization to help others. However, our great organization is at a crossroads because we're living in a time when technology and the means of communication are changing the way humans interact. We're living in a time when there are competing options for people to network professionally and to give back to their communities. We're living in a time when many young professionals barely have time for their working family, let alone time to engage in outside activities such as Rotary. And so as a result, we're living in a time when Rotary on a global level is facing some serious challenges. However, we're also living in a time when our great organization is at an incredible opportunity to adapt and grow. Now let's think about Paul Harris again, our founder. He was able to articulate a vision that inspired others. He was able to act on his need to form an extraordinary new social network. And this is way before anyone ever thought of Facebook or LinkedIn. So if you think about our founder, Paul Harris, he was ahead of his time. And he was able to recognize the opportunity to transform what began as a social club into an organization with a greater purpose. This year I had the opportunity to see, hear, and meet President Barry Razin. He is our Rotary International president at Toronto, Canada. And his theme for this year is Be the Inspiration. The Inspiration. And he asked us to be inspired by our motto, service above self, and to inspire others to action through Rotary. Now he asked each of us during our year as governor to give priority to supporting and strengthening clubs, increasing humanitarian service, and enhancing public image and awareness. Many of you may not know this, but the 2016 Council on Legislation gave clubs the flexibility to decide their model of meetings, attendance, and membership. So we should see a new wave of different types of Rotary clubs. The newest Rotary club we have in the district is one in Johnson County, and it's called the Ambassadors Club. They meet once a month. Each one of them is a Paul Harris Fellow. It's a spouses club. And so anyway, that's the new club. And so it's called the Ambassadors Club. Then I also brag about downtown Topeka, Grace. And downtown Topeka has new club within a club, so to speak, the business club and family membership and that type of thing. So everybody's always interested in the family membership. And then I mentioned that you brought in 14 new members last year, I believe, right? So I always mention that, and everybody's impressed with that. So I wanted to make the clubs aware that now you can look at new ways to have your club meetings. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be, like every Thursday, that type of thing. So we should see new clubs, and in that way we're also trying to attract younger members. Now, Rotaractors. The RI president wants us to work on the recruitment of Rotaractors now. Interactors are high school kids who are sponsored by Rotary Club. We have, I believe, 4 to 5 in our district. Rotaractors, we don't have hardly any. In fact, we haven't had a chair of that committee in 3 years. So first thing I did was appoint a chair of the Rotaractors Club, and I believe we have a club starting up in Highland Park. Is that right? Or maybe not, or kind of, sort of. Anyway, we're working on recruiting Rotaractors. Because our RI president said he wants us to recruit Rotaractors and turn the Rotaractors into Rotarians. And so we'll be working on that. And so our challenge is to be bold and innovative and to urge the clubs in our district to experiment with new club operating models. So if you try something and it doesn't work, try something else or go back to how you work. Because at the end of the day, we'll be offering a product in the marketplace. And that product is the club experience, the experience that a member gets as a return on the investment of their time and money when they join a Rotary Club. So fellow Rotarians, we've got to take care of our members as this club already does, and our organization, and provide the best possible club experience. And that's also important to consider as we look at recruiting younger members. Now, worldwide, we have 1.2 million members. We're in 200 countries. And we have 33,000 clubs. Now, as we look at our district 5710, by the way, currently there are 3 districts. Our district has all the people. Okay, then we have a district in western Kansas, we have a district in southern Kansas. At the end of this year, the 2 districts outside of us will be merging. So there will be 2 districts in the state. Our district, which will still have the most people, and then another district that composes the rest of Kansas. So I wanted to make you aware of that. Now, if we look at our district from 30,000 feet, we will see 2,400 Rotarians in 45 clubs. And I'm going to visit every club, Chuck. And in fact, this is my club 23. So I'm trying to get them all done by the end of next month. So anyway, we have many projects, programs, and dedicated Rotarians, and our giving power breaks all records. Now, as President Mark mentioned, Yana, in 2013, we started, we were the first district to have the Rotary Leadership Institute. And so, in fact, do we have any graduates in this room? I think we do. Yeah, we do. We have lots of graduates. And so, anyway, I needed help in putting that together. And so the Rotarians stepped up to the plate. We put that program together, and it's doing great, just doing great. And so basically, you don't know what you don't know until you take that class, because that class is Rotary 101. And so what I did was I added $1,000 into our budget to allow Rotarians to be able to attend it. So anyway, check out or take a look at the RLI, Rotary Leadership Institute. Then I wanted to mention that we have a new public image chair, that is Eugene Williams, and also we have a person named Pat O'Donnell on his leadership team, and they are participating in an exciting public image campaign that involves TV, radio, and billboards. So hopefully we'll be hearing positive results from that. Most of you know that in 2019 we will be celebrating Women in Rotary. Women have been in Rotary 30 years. And so last year I put together a fundraiser called Let's Raise $5,700 for District 5710. You know, with the idea that each Rotarian, if they give $5, then we'll make it. Well, guess what club brought in the most money? Downtown Topeka. Well, thank you so much. In fact, give them a big hand. Our club is so awesome. You know, we brought in, ready? $1,200. That is so much. That is so good. Thank you so much. The money was pledged through Heart to Heart organization in Kansas City, and it went for women's hygiene kits in low underdeveloped countries. Ours went to Malawi, South Africa, and we actually, the total raise was $8,000. So isn't that is totally awesome. You know, I'm not good at technology, but I know how to get people who are good at it around me. So what I did was I appointed a technology chair to update our website. Everybody needs to check out our website. I know a lot of you don't look at it, but it's Rotary5710.org. It'll have job opportunities, just all kinds of things we're adding to it. One of the ideas that I had was that we could have a section called "Where in the World is the District Governor?" You know, kind of follow me around. And so, Eugene's helping me on that. So anyway, so we're trying to get pictures from every club. So like they'll have a Kansas map, and then when you like hit downtown Topeka, you know, then the pictures will come down. So I need to have plenty of pictures of our projects and that type of thing. Well, so we're running behind schedule since I'm on Club 23, and so it may be where in the world was the district governor. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. My technology person has also put together a District 5710 YouTube channel. So if you have videos that you would like to place on there, you know, let's do that. And so I'm trying to make changes that are exciting, that will make people want to take a look at our website. Then we had a Strikeout Polio event at T-Bone's game, and we raised approximately $2,000. We're down to 14 cases of polio. And you know, when polio is gone, it'll be the end of one disease and the beginning of a new chapter in Rotary. And then team training was in Lawrence last week. How many got to go? Okay, good. And we had a good time. We We learned a lot. We had grant training, that type of thing. And then also, we'll have a new program. Rotary International has announced a major initiation of Peace Through Service activities. And so you can sign up to be a Peace Builder Club, and we'll have information on that on the website. And then we also have partnered with the Kansas Attorney General in a program to fight human trafficking. So stay tuned, and you'll be hearing more about that. Then Anita's already talked about the district conference. I'm really excited about it because we also plan to involve the family. We hopefully, and I hope I'm not telling something I'm not supposed to tell, but hopefully we're looking at tours of the Capitol building and around it. So we're trying to attract people from all over the state because, believe it or not, most of our Rotarians from other areas don't come. So our goal is to get the Rotarians from other areas, west of us, north of us, to come to our district conference and see what a great city Topeka is and all we have to offer. Now, some of you are probably wondering, our district goes up to Nebraska. It goes to all the Kansas City clubs. It goes west right above Wichita, and it goes, south right above Wichita, and then west to Junction City, Manhattan, Council Grove, that type of thing. So that's our district. And so anyway, let's see. Then our foundation banquet will be November 3rd in Kansas City at the Sheraton, and we have many more projects. You know what? Hang on. I will go straight to the final page. Anyway, I'm sorry, President Mark. See, I get to talking and So anyway, so this year I'm asking all clubs to be the inspiration in their communities. In other words, be the best little scrub. As has been said, if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, go out and sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Handel and Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry, sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. Well, if you can't be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley. But be the best little scrub on the side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. You can't be a highway, just be a trail. You can't be the sun, be a star, for it isn't by size that you win or fail, but be the best little scrub that you are. And so, now let's celebrate and have a toast to the best Rotary Club in the whole wide world. I thought I wrote my glasses. Okay, so I'll choose my hand. Okay. Oh. Wait a minute.
You like ice cream?
Yeah, that one. Thank you. Okay, here is the toast to the Downtown Topeka Rotary, the best Rotary Club in the whole wide world. Now let me hear you say two more toasts. Who wants to give two more? Ben?
To the best district governor in the whole wide
Let's see, we need one more.
Here's to Rotary, the best organization in the world.
Hey, here. Now let's see, I noticed I'm running out of time. But, President Mark, would you come up, please? I have all these fun things to do because I didn't want to be like that district governor I talked about. So, Mark, I would like to present you with a banner for this year, BB Inspiration. Congratulations, you're a great president. And something else, I have a special coin that I give all the presidents. And I got it at the Rotary International. It's really kind of neat, so you can have that. And then basically, because I know we're out of time, I had some questions and I was going to see who knew the answer and give away some pens, but I know that we're out of time. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I had fun. This is a great club, and I really brag about you when I go out there, and they just love it. So anyway, thank you so much.
Blanche, as you know, we ask our speakers to sign the book plate that we then donate to Ross Elementary's library. And the book today is A Letter to My Teacher.
And I am a teacher.
Awesome.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, then, I think Linda might have known that when she picked this one out. We also give you a four-way test coin. And next week, so if you would, sign that for us. And we'll give you one more coin to hand out as well in your journeys. Next week's meeting will be at the Cap Plaza Emerald Ballroom. Our program is Brett Ballard, who's the WU basketball coach. Quick story, through all the president-elect training, people kept coming up to me and saying, I'm not sure, but I think your club is the one that has Larry Dimmitt and Blanche Parks in it, right? I said, yeah. And they're like, good luck. Yeah, that's, no pressure there. Have fun this year. And then not long after the Rotary switched this year, Blanche said, hey, got a few pieces of advice for you and some thoughts for you. And then we didn't connect just right away. It just took us a little bit with her visiting all 23 of these clubs. And the longer we didn't connect, the more I thought, oh my gosh, she's got a real problem with what's going on here. I'm really nervous about this. And she had a very simple piece of advice. And that was to have fun and a few other things. So I was grateful for her advice. I found out that I was not in trouble. So Blanche, in your honor, if you would close us with the four-way test, we'd appreciate that.
Of the things we do